It's a little your fault.
It's always your fault. What the heck has happened to HellsFiction? It's a she's turned into a giggling fish. This is my worst nightmare come true, isn't it?
I've been holding this up for like 5 minutes, waiting for it to start.
And I just noticed Jamster as well. It's turned into a penguin. Okay. I feel you guys never let me in on this. I could have joined in. Let me see. Look,
Fish!
I've turned into a rucksack. I'm joining in. Look. I'm in.
Oh my god, what happened to Skittle? He turned into a rucksack.
Oh no.
You guys never share these things with me. I'm so disappointed in you.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, for a while, the fish was balancing a turtle on his head.
So you were sat there for 5 minutes balancing a turtle on a fish head.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn it. I've got to find a way to record your guys' videos. Is that proper English? Your guys' videos before the stream
everyone.
starts.
Hi.
Yeah, hi everybody. It's episode 4.
Hello.
Didn't think it would make it past 2. Not me neither, to be honest. Sleeps. Yeah, it is the 9th of April. It's been a while. Well, did we miss 1 week or 2?
We missed 1 week.
Only 1 week,
We
wasn't
missed
it?
1 week because we were all sicky children.
Yeah, we've all been dying. I was in bed most of today with a blooming migraine, so...
I was in bed the whole of last week and didn't eat for 48 hours.
Yes, you were.
I got home on Monday and probably threw up. We were all very sick. We were all very sick this week.
Yeah, so we've all been throwing up, we've all had headaches, we've all been dying, and life goes on as, business as usual. Pretty much.
Basically.
I think that's the summary, isn't it?
What's been happening.
And Skittle has still been soldiering on and doing streams and stuff.
I have, yeah. I don't know why.
I've just been, lazing out and being like, I'm gonna do nothing today, tomorrow, the
And
next
for the
day,
rest of your life.
the day after, and the day after.
So, you
What
said
about the
you...
day after that?
Yeah, but that's today.
Oh, okay.
Today's like the first time I booted up my computer in like a week.
That's what I was just about to say. It's been like a week. Did that thing... I'm surprised that thing powered on. Did you have to like... Do you know when you have I don't know if you've ever had like a rubbish car or somebody who's had a rubbish car and it's cold and it's just like... It just does not want to start. This is probably what your PC was like.
Thank you. Exactly.
So, but besides from
My dad just
dying,
gave me
how
a gift of strawberries.
how is everybody?
We're doing good.
I'm good.
Well, I'm dying, but it's all good.
Well, we've
I like it.
I've not seen Jamster in like over a week. I think it's been. I was beginning to wonder if I thought he may be like cocooning himself to turn into a beautiful butterfly or something. Going through that. What's that word? Is it chrysosis or something? There's a word for that, isn't it?
I'm a fork.
What's that word? Chrysalis? Is it
chrysalis.
Chrysalis. There you
Yeah,
go.
metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis. Easy for you to say. Yeah, I thought it was going to morph into something intelligent, but apparently we were wrong.
Morph into something that can talk about less, more than metamorphosis. That's it. Rags and Ravens got me. Metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis. Yeah.
Metamorphosis.
We have smart people who watch this show. We're in trouble. You realise
know what? I should have known that because I used to watch when I was, an itty bitty girl. I used to watch Tokyo Mew Mew, and that was the whole thing. She would like hold up a pendant and go metamorphosis,
like that. That sounds great. I need to watch that. That sounds amazing. Yeah, so we've got smart people who watch, so we might be in trouble. But then again, people do like to watch dumb things. Like that's why zoos exist. So like. You'll get like solicitors and lawyers and stuff going to the zoo to look at the chimps. So maybe we can offer that to our viewers. It's always a possibility.
I'm not sure how I.
How you feel about that?
I don't think they're going to the zoo to
being compared to a gym.
I don't think that's quite how it works.
Jamster, that isn't permission for you to start throwing feces around. By the way, I'd rather you didn't.
Please don't.
You talk enough of it than to throw it out.
I want strawberries. Why does he get strawberries?
I don't know. Go and get some.
My father graced me upon his presence.
There are these things called shops where you can buy fruit from. Hell, you could easily buy some. Yeah, Rax and Raven's not even English's first language, and he's still telling us what things are, and we should be ashamed of ourselves.
I just can't pronounce. I just can't pronounce it. Okay.
Pretty smart, actually.
And Sleep says that it's a shame Jamster hasn't metamorphosed. Metamorphosed? That's not right, is
Metamorphosis.
Morphed. Let's just say morphed.
Metamorphosized.
Whatever.
Shame he hasn't morphed into someone interesting.
I did find a fork in my bed. So I wonder
What?
Yeah, but to be fair, I did admit that I also had a fork in my bed the last week.
What?
Yeah, but I was using mine as a back scratcher because I had an itch I couldn't reach, and I was like, I know. This works. It looks a bit like a back scratcher. Whereas Jam's just been eating in bed in his cocoon, waiting to turn into a beautiful butterfly, only to become a blood vomiting zombie by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Well, you look quite good for a zombie, I'll give you that. You look okay, to be fair.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Jam, if you're going to wipe wipe your mouth or your nose, move your mic away from your
Oh,
mouth.
sorry.
Because all we heard there was just this horrendous rustling.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Unless you want to be called Russell from now on. We could do that.
No, not really.
Russell Crowe. You're Javert. That's it.
He's more of a
Javert.
he's a penguin though, isn't he? He's more of a penguin.
And I'm Javert.
Wasn't that penguin that you were holding up? Wasn't that your sister's Christmas present? Or was that a different penguin?
What,
No, it's
to him or from him?
No, it's not. It's something else. I thought it was a big
my sister.
thing.
What are you talking about? This is
Okay.
her. Right here. She's shrunk into
That
a
explains a lot if you're biologically linked to a bird.
I've
heard the term bird brain.
Penguin.
Yeah.
Come on. Who doesn't want to be biologically linked to a bird? It means that
Me.
We're all biologically linked to a bird in some
having
way.
wings.
I hope that's not true.
We're all biologically linked to a bird in some way.
I'd rather be biologically linked to Jam's strawberry that he's munching on right now, or that fish you're holding. But anyway.
Oh my god, your strawberry jam.
I digress. Anyway, we're meant to be talking about video games, I suppose, but no, that was quite a nice little introduction. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I like that introduction.
So this is the part of the show where we normally discuss what we've been playing and stuff. So Jamster's already sort of said he's played absolutely bugger all.
I played Minecraft for...
Okay, so you're really laying on the shameful secrets here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want to...
It was the only game that was installed on my other computer in my room.
Do you want to carry on stuffing your face with strawberries, or do you want to start off with Minecraft so me and Hells can talk about the real games?
I don't think you want to refer to what I've been playing as real games.
No, me neither, to be honest. Some of them.
But I didn't. Because
Sorry?
I only have a 970 in that computer.
Sorry, I completely talked over you there. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, literally neither of us were listening to you as you were talking there, Jam.
Sorry, can you repeat what you just said? I honestly didn't hear a word of what you just said.
I can't, if I had any real games, I said I only have a 970 in that computer, so I can't play real games with a 970.
You got a 970 as well?
Yeah, just the one in the
Cool.
bedroom.
High five. Bro fist. I don't know. Which one do we want to do? High five. We should do our own thing. Horn. Devil horns.
Weird Japanese thing. Poor some child built it. I feel sorry for them. But
Why are you getting into graphic card manufacturing? Did you know? Interesting fact. Hang on, let me do this.
Is it an interesting fact or is it a Jam fact?
No, it's an interesting fact, I think, and it's relevant. So hang on. Let me just...
Every time you pop a ground and die somewhere.
Did you know that the graphics cards manufacturers at the moment are struggling to keep up with demand, and the reason for that is Bitcoin, and that's why the prices are skyrocketing as well.
Graphics cards wouldn't know that.
Okay, I was just saying, people watching the stream might not have known. So there you have it. I thought that was kind of interesting.
I mean, oh no, I didn't know that. Thanks for the information.
I wouldn't want to have bird bones break too easily, and I wonder what Skit and Hell played last week. Hopefully nothing with naked underage cat girls.
Oh, we'll
you can tell
that is a story to regale Jam with.
Yeah, you can tell that Rax watches the stream regularly, don't you? Good old Rax. So Jam, come on then. Please enlighten us about Minecraft. Has anything changed since I played it?
Well, actually, it has.
Hang on.
One big thing, which I didn't notice when I jumped into the game, was that there's this little thing you can click on now that actually shows you all the items you've got in your inventory and what they can craft. So before you just had to kind of remember the different recipes, whereas now there's this little book you can click on in your inventory,
like a recipe book.
Yeah, basically. And
that's
if
good.
let's say if you're opened up into like your little 4 crafting window in your inventory,
Yeah.
or in the 3x3 crafting window in the crafting bench, it will then show you the crafting recipes you can make with the materials you have in your inventory. Whereas before you just
I don't like that.
Why?
I didn't like it at first, but then sometimes like I want to make something, for example, like I don't know, a leash or something that I had no idea how to make, but I googled it. But,
yeah, but
like,
you always
once you've made something once, it then stores it in your memory.
No, I like that.
So
I'm pretty sure it was doing that when I was playing it though. I'm pretty sure it was.
I mean, were you playing it on Xbox?
I was playing it on PS4.
Done that on Xbox.
Yeah, I was playing it on PS4.
Yeah, Xbox and PS4 has always done that.
3 years ago, maybe less.
Already?
2.5 years ago.
I was playing on
But yeah, PC. This is a new thing apparently.
But I didn't think.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really like it at the beginning because, like, it felt like because before you literally had to spend the time, like, learning the whole, like, doing all the different crafting recipes. But like, it's really helpful when you just want to build like a pickaxe or something. But it's just on your little left-hand side, and you can just click on it, and it just makes it.
Like what's the mod? Not enough items.
Yeah, that mod. Yeah. Where you can literally click on it, and then it shows you, it puts all the items in their place in the crafting window, and then the more times you click on it, the more it puts in place. So like 4 or 5 of them at once.
But the thing is, like, you know, not enough items I download when I've got, 30 mods installed and, all these science mods and everything. I don't do it for just vanilla Minecraft.
No, exactly. It did feel a bit weird, but after spending a few hours using it, I kind of like it. I think it's a good thing. But the rest of the game seems exactly the same. I think now we're on Minecraft 1.12.2 because I'm reading off my screen. And I don't know what else has really been added or something. I whenever I play Minecraft again for like the first time, I jump into creative and I see if there's any new cute little animals. They added parrots.
They added parrots?
Blocky parrots.
Oh my god!
How
I want a parrot.
Can you tame the parrots? And when you spawn them, they like change color and stuff.
I'm going to Google images.
Can't have a baby parrot. Can't have a baby parrot, which is really sad. And I haven't found a parrot like in the game yet. But
are you ready?
Probably in the jungle biome.
There we are.
We ready for what?
Minecraft parrots.
Yes.
Yeah, I was quite pleasantly surprised to see that because I always they have polar bears as well.
Yeah, I did know about that. That's been out for a while, polar bears.
Oh, okay. I guess they're in the snowy.
They look ridiculous.
What, the parrots or the polar bears?
The polar bears. The parrots are actually better than expected.
What do you expect?
Yeah, no, but the parrots look at least half decent. They look like Lego parrots or something. But the polar bears, come on.
I don't know. I'm with Jam. It's Minecraft, dude.
Give it a break. It's meant for like 7 to 12-year-olds.
I know. I guess.
But then we all play it.
Well, I mean, I only played it very briefly just to sort of get a feel for it, and then I got bored pretty quick. I played it with my niece briefly, and then I just lost interest. I thought, I might have a play around with this on my own, but I just never. There was always something better to play, so I just never got around to it.
I only got into Minecraft if it was super heavily modded, or if I was, playing it with friends and on a server.
Yeah.
When you get onto, like a clan server or something, and you make a group and all that, it can get really fun. But that also may be because I'm super competitive.
Possibly.
It's.
But they've added this new like Minecraft Realms thing. I don't know what it is.
Why is my hang on?
That's been around for ages.
I don't know.
So
I think it's just an easier way to make servers, right?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Minecraft Realms is basically making easy ways of servers in exchange for a little bit, in exchange for paying for them. And it's supposed to be like targeted at families who want to play and stuff. So instead of going onto a public server, they can just make their own server and
What, have you never heard of using a LAN connection?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, I will say, me and my little brother trying to play Minecraft on a LAN connection, it's really, it doesn't work.
Oh, really?
It's really... Oh. It's basically you have to completely deactivate all of your firewalls in order to actually get it to work. We had to go through this whole thing every single time we wanted to play it, and it was ridiculous.
Interesting.
Oh, why does your window keep moving on me? That's weird.
I
don't know. Strange things happening on stream. That's fine. So
Raxon
there, cool.
likes Terraria. Terraria is pretty cool.
Have you played Terraria as well?
Yeah.
I haven't played
Terraria. Come on.
I haven't played Terraria, but what I have played is what's it called? Hold on, let me pull up my Steam to remember what it's called. Jam will like this. It's like Terraria but in space.
Oh, he's gonna love that.
Wait, what's that called?
You realise this?
I can't remember. I'm trying to remember.
Let me see if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Something? No.
Starbound. That's it. Raxon Raven's got it.
Terraria's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of a different game. No, this isn't the one I was thinking of.
What?
That looks nothing like Minecraft.
That's something. I know we've got a list of stuff that we we keep on going, oh yeah, we should play this together. Starbound does have a multiplayer version, and I reckon it would be so fun to play, with other people. And that's another one which I've just played on my own.
I haven't played Starbound. I've looked at it loads.
Starbound.
Yeah, I reckon you would really love it. I got Starbound after I watched Zoe Prozac play it, and yeah, that was rad.
Okay, so explain Starbound to us. What are we dealing with?
Starbound really is Terraria but in space, and you've got it does actually give you quests and stuff to do. So you need to fix up your ship, and then you need to search further and further and further. No, it's not. Okay. I mean, it is creative, but it is a play of you come across other races and stuff, and you can not befriend them, but do quests for them. And
what is it? Is it a sim? Is it a strategy game? What type of game is it? It looks like a shooter at this point. Is it a shooter?
No, it's not a shooter at all. What on earth? I have never played that in Starbound.
Is this the same game?
Yeah, that is Starbound, but
and then there's some platform puzzle things as well.
I guess since you played it.
Starbound is great.
I guess they have added a load of stuff after release. I guess I played it when it was still in beta.
Yeah, Raxon Raven is raving about Starbound. And yeah, he said you don't need a server anymore, you can join via Steam. Also, they added so much after release. Exploration Sandbox. I'm a bit funny about sandboxes, though.
I could do with the mech for space missions.
You know me, I'm old and I need my rules and my structure and,
Nah, I reckon if we got you into Starbound, you'd enjoy it. I mean, I've got 58 hours on. We've lost.
We lost Jam's video, but he's back.
No, it's just me. When I'm,
blowing your nose.
Pretty much. I don't really want to be on stream.
Okay, sorry. Sorry to have drawn attention to what you were trying to hide.
Thank you.
Anytime, buddy.
Yeah.
Also build your own space. I want to build.
Nostrils.
Guys, we need
I'll add it to my wish list.
To build our own space station.
It's on my wish list. Is this multiplayer or is it single player? What are we doing here?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, there is multiplayer. We should do this.
There is multiplayer. Yeah, we should. We should build. We should build our utopia.
It's for less than a bag of chips. Well, okay, maybe not, but it's it's cheap.
But it's actually kind of cool because it does encourage you not to just settle down on the first planet you end up on. It encourages you to keep on exploring until you find a rad planet that you want to build on.
Hang on. Well, no, you can carry on talking, but yeah, I'm just responding to Sleepy's time because he's being very cheeky. He says, "Okay, Jam is banned from facts, Hell is banned from singing, and Skit is banned from puns." So I'm replying with, "Banning me from puns? That would be like banning you from pillows." Yes.
What's wrong with my singing?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with your singing. I mean, like your singing.
Well, I could live without it, but you know, I'm not. I can also cope with it as well. It's fine. It's not like
bounty hunting. There's bounty hunting in Starbound now. I want to play it again. Oh no, I've gotten really excited to play it again.
Okay, so well, how about we mental note? We'll put this on our calendars to do soon. I mean,
yes.
Yeah, we'll do this soon. The three of us. How's that?
Yes.
Our next group stream.
Not showing options.
No, because my pillows are good. Ooh, you know what he's saying, don't you?
Not as good as my pillows.
You know what he's saying.
So,
what else have you been playing?
Living for life. I finally got Detective Pikachu through, and I've been playing Detective Pikachu.
Oh my god!
And it is thoroughly underwhelming.
Is underwhelming? Is that how you spell Pikachu? Have I spelled it right? Probably not.
Pikkachu.
Oh, I did it right.
Yeah,
okay.
You spelled it right.
Cool. It's underwhelming?
Actually,
I heard it was good. I was reading a review on it, actually. I think it was Metro, though, so I'm not sure how much I trust Metro's, the voice of Metro. But, yeah, they actually raved about it and said what's here is very much like old-school point-and-click adventure games. And they said, and it's just so sort of... that what they've done is really good, the way that they've done it and everything. So, do you disagree with that? Why are you so low in this camera, Jam? You look like you're resting your chin on the bottom of my frame.
Huh?
I'm missing a picture.
You look like you were doing this, like on the frame. It's funny. It's quite funny.
I'm really blue. Am I really blue?
You are really blue. That's what I was talking about earlier. I said, why do you look like that?
Sam TV is so bright. Let me see if I can turn down the brightness.
No, to be honest, there's nothing to do with that.
It is, because this is what's going. Wait.
No, it's not, because you look fine on Discord, and it's taking the image from Discord, but for some reason, once you get into OBS, you look very blue, but it does a similar thing to me, to my webcam, and it makes me look a little bit cloudy.
Give me 2 seconds.
It's not your shirt.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Pretty sure it's my shirt.
Have you been drinking Smurf juice?
What?
Oh my god, Pikachu's!
It's my Pikachu.
Look at them all.
I'm missing one.
You sure it's not?
I'm missing one. I've also got one.
Is Sleepy using one as a pillow, maybe?
Check, he better not be.
Check Sleepy. He might be using one as a pillow.
I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go upstairs.
No, I'd rather you guys stayed in front of the webcams while we do the stream. That would be very helpful. If you don't mind.
You're the one telling me to go upstairs and find if he's using one of my pictures.
I didn't mean now. I didn't mean this instance. I meant after the stream, for crying out loud. Anyway, so Detective Pikachu, how is it underwhelming?
It's okay. So I mean, first of all, we've already spoken about the fact that you should be Pikachu. You should be Pikachu. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you're not Pikachu, the fact that you're the kid, is such a boring move. Because, like, if you were Pikachu, then, you'd get to, like, climb up things and scale things and go through little holes and stuff. And, no, you're just a kid, and all you get to do, the only, like, reason Pikachu is really there is so you can also speak to Pokemon. And it would just be so much more interesting if you yourself was Pikachu. But on top of that, I'm only on the 3rd chapter, and I'm pretty sure I've figured out the mystery.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I've got it figured out. Because, I mean, it's, there's, like, smaller mysteries that you solve throughout here, but then there's one big overarching mystery, which is what's happened to your dad. You come to the city to kind of, find out what happened to your dad, and you meet this Pikachu who used to be your dad's actual Pokemon, but it turns out that after this accident, which I believe had just come up on the stream there, after this accident, Pikachu just doesn't remember anything and is like showing a lot of different behavior than he used to do, and he acts different from normal Pikachus.
Does he speak? He looks like he's speaking. Does he talk?
He speaks to you. He can't speak to anyone else, and you can't speak to any other Pokemon, but there's like some sort of connection, which means that you can understand him.
Oh, you know what? That story just sounds just like Fallout 4. You're like, you're searching endlessly for your dad, and just haven't. I think they may have copied some storyline there, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like if they just focused on the Pikachu element, and I will say, I was showing it to my friend yesterday, and she said, you know, it feels like they had the idea for a detective game, and then Nintendo went, oh yeah, we'll fund this if you squeeze in Pikachu. And then it became a Pokemon. It feels like it was a detective game first, and then a Pokemon game.
Maybe.
But I genuinely think it would have worked so well if they built more on the Pokemon side. And I mean, Pikachu does talk to Pokemon, and there are loads of Pokemon about, but it does feel like it was a detective game first, and then they kind of went, oh, how do we squeeze in a popular character?
Yeah. Okay. So if it had nothing to do with Pikachu, let's say this was a low budget indie game, which it may well have been, like you say, and maybe that's how they got the thing financed.
Yeah.
Would that change your opinion of it?
I mean, don't get me wrong, the actual mystery side of it is interesting. And it starts out very hand-holdy, as all Nintendo games do. But I'm on chapter 3 at the moment, and they've started to, you know, let go and let you figure stuff out. And I expected it to work like Phoenix Wright, where it's like, you know, you kind of go, oh, I figured it out. And then the characters just keep talking and keep talking and keep talking until they basically just spell out the thing you figured out 5 minutes ago. But actually, it started to be much more about, you know, oh, here's all these clues. A lot of them are completely arbitrary. Just gather everything, and basically it's down to you to go, this plus this equals this.
Yeah. So you like you say, you've kind of already solved the thing ages ago by the time they sort of, you know, wave in your face. So it's probably aimed at much younger audience. But the thing is, I hate it when games sort of insult the intelligence of children. Kids can be smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They, yeah.
But I mean, they're starting to kind of let go on that. It started out very, you know, very Phoenix Wright in that regard. But they've started, you know, like I said, I'm on chapter 3 at the moment. They've started to kind of let you go off and do your own thing. And actually, there was a puzzle, because I was playing it just before we started the stream. There was a puzzle which actually I was kind of going, hold on, how do I, you know, it wasn't long, but actually any puzzle in a Nintendo game that can make a 23-year-old woman go, how do I do this? That's starting to get in the right direction.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you might be too soon to tell. It might just be a slow starting game.
Yeah. I mean, I only got it through the other day, and I've been playing other stuff as well. So.
Yeah. Oh well, I'll be interested to see if your opinion changes at all. But I love the idea. I mean, that's the thing. They can take a great idea. That's a great idea, but it sounds like they maybe didn't like carry it out as well as they could. They fell short there.
Karen from Finance has pointed something out in
I was waiting for a chance to bring that up actually. Yeah.
I did tell her this. This is an actual thing. There was, when it was like announced, Detective Pikachu was announced, there were all these rumors going about that, you know, it was going to be Danny DeVito voicing Detective Pikachu.
I read that.
Which would have been fantastic.
Yeah, I think they missed an absolute golden opportunity there.
Yeah. Like, you know, Danny DeVito himself kind of came out and went, yeah, I'm not voicing him, but it should have been Danny DeVito, dude.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I don't know what they were thinking there. I don't know. I think I think that one's been sort of not had the budget. Maybe it's never got the budget that it should have got. I hate YouTube adverts. This is a YouTube advert, by the way. This is not in the game. Grumpy children are not in the game. as far as I'm aware. But yeah, I was reading Karen's comment there as well, and I thought, yeah, I read that in Metro as well, that there was a big sort of outcry, you know, why didn't Danny DeVito know the voice? He would have been so perfect for it. And when I thought about it, I thought, yeah,
he would have been, dude.
That would have been a good thing, but never mind. Nintendo aren't always known for making good decisions, are they?
Nintendo don't.
Yeah, Nintendo aren't. Okay. Do you want to go again, or do you want me to go, or what? How do you want to do this?
Hold on, I'm just pulling out the other things I played. And yeah, do you want to go next? And
yeah, I played quite a bit. So let's just look at my list to remind me. Okay, we'll do that one. Okay. So I played some more A Hat in Time. Let me get the video up for it.
Your favorite game of early 2018?
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I very much enjoyed when I first started playing this. The first 2 levels were absolutely fantastic, which is probably what I played when... Did I talk about this last time we did a stream? I can't remember. I know I've talked to you a lot about it at work. I don't know if I've mentioned this on stream yet, on the SkittleTalk. But yeah, I've been playing this, and when I first started playing it, the first 2 chapters were absolutely phenomenal. If you think sort of like a Mario 3D style platformer, but it's cute as hell. It's actually challenging. It doesn't hold your hand. It's definitely challenging.
Excuse me?
It's got great characters, a great story. But I've been playing more of it, and it takes a bit of a twist. I'm currently playing a world where it's sort of horror themed, and I feel like they go a little bit too far with it. It ends up being like I don't know, a 3D platformer version, but it's not really 3D platform anymore. It's one of those, like, you know, hide under the table before the monster comes to get you type games. And there's a level that's like that, and I'm like, well, this doesn't feel like it fits in this game, to be fair. And I'm not a big fan of those sort of mechanics. And I was like,
kind of goes very Beyond the Sleep,
and it was freaking me out. Yeah, no, worse than that, way worse than Beyond the Sleep. Beyond the Sleep wasn't scary at all. This was actually a little bit like, you know, oh my god, I'm panicking, and I'm a fully grown adult. And if kids are playing this, I'd be wetting the bed if I was a kid playing that.
I don't know. Kids are hardy. Kids can handle it.
No, not this. This went too far, I felt, and I'm not sure it. I mean, what is it rated? Do Steam have ratings? Age ratings?
Yeah, they do.
Where would they be? Oh, by the way, Hell, I think you breathed into your mic a little bit.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, was it you, Jam?
Yeah,
was it you?
sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
Where's the age? Because I'm curious,
I'm
actually.
just looking myself. Hat in Time. Hold on. Hatsune Miku VR. I'm gonna circle back round to that.
Is that Future Live?
I have no idea. I just saw saw Hatsune Miku. VR.
I've played them all on PS4. If it's the same one, unless they've done something else, I think they've probably ported it to PC for Oculus, which I've already played. I can vouch for that game, and it's very, very good. In fact, it's one of my favorite VR experiences. I think VR is great for like sort of virtual concert things like that. Let's find out.
Oops.
Oh, I don't know. This might be different.
It's 7.
Oh my god, it's different.
The age rating.
It's different. I need this. I haven't even got an Oculus Rift, but I need this.
You can borrow my Vive.
I need this. Can I?
I
might
use
Nick
it.
Sleepies.
Yeah.
I need this game. I have to have this game.
Sleepy, can I nick your Oculus Rift?
Okay, I need this game. It might come to PlayStation VR, to be fair. It might do.
You're going to have to clean a massive space in your room. You want to use my thing. Actually, no, you can use it just standing. Yeah,
okay, I'm just going very quickly. World famous virtual singer Hatsune Miku invites you to her VR music game. Aim for the perfect score as she sings and dances to some of her most iconic
rhythm
songs.
game in VR. This is literally what I've been waiting for. The rhythm game in VR is literally what I've been waiting for. They put a few of those elements in Future Live, which is like a virtual concert in VR, but then there's a point when you can actually do, and it's not really a rhythm game, but they try to do a few little symbols that you have to thingy to, and I was like, oh my god, if they just made a full game like this, I would be so into it. And it sounds like that's exactly what it is.
I wasn't being serious. I thought you could tell that I was joking. He's genuinely brought down his Oculus Rift for me.
What did you say?
I jokingly asked if I could borrow his Oculus Rift, and he's genuinely brought it down. He's genuinely brought down. He's packed up and brought down his Oculus Rift.
You got the best brother ever. Right, let me just see if this works. Man, I really wish my brother would loan me £1,000.
Oculus Rifts are like 600.
Give him a minute.
Not 1,000. But, you know, whatever.
It's worth a try.
Specifics, right?
Wait for Beat Saber.
There you go. Take that back.
Anyway, right, we took a bit of a detour there. All I was basically saying about A Hat in Time, it's a brilliant game. I'm not massively keen on the level I'm on at the moment, which is the third world. There's a fourth world, which when I was Googling around, people said it was terrible. But then there's 5 chapters all in all, so I'm not sure about the 5th chapter. But I don't know, because one thing I will say about it that's a little bit rubbish is where I'm up to at the moment. Basically how it works is you jump into this demon jumps up to you and says, you know, oh, you must fulfill this contract and or I will take your soul, and makes you sign this bit of paper. Then you choose the contracts that you want to do, which are like little missions. And he says, once you've done X amount of contracts, I will give you back your soul. And you're basically trying to collect these like egg timers in different places. When you fulfill all of those missions...
Sounds like Cuphead, dude.
Listen, though, when you fulfill all of those missions, he then pops up and says, haha, you think I was going to give you your soul back just because you did all those missions? Our business isn't concluded yet. Like, you know, good luck, you know what I mean? You're not getting out of here yet. But it doesn't give you any indication of what you're supposed to do. So then I had to Google it, and I'm like, well, this is really confusing. What the hell am I supposed to be doing? So then I was Googling it, and some people were saying, oh, you might have missed the time rift thing that you had to find, like these contract things. But then when I checked, I'd done all my contracts, and like there was no definitive answer on what I was supposed to do. So I was like, well, am I just supposed to stumble across something hidden somewhere? I was like, I hate that kind of lack of sense of direction. That sort of, you know, I like to know what my mission's going to be, and if I've done all my missions and then it just kind of says, ha, you're not done yet, and doesn't tell me what to do, I get very frustrated, and it literally makes me feel like I don't know if I want to come back to that game, because I just feel like it's slipping. But the first 2 levels, I was like, wow, I was all in. I was like, wow, this is the best platform game ever. I'm so into this. This is so great. But then I think they tried to put too much variety in it, like because they were maybe worried it was going to be too, you know, every level was going to be too similar. So I think in my opinion, I think they should have just stuck with that great formula they had in the beginning and just kept it all the way through the game. But that's just my opinion. Other people might be like, nah, that's, you know, that I love those levels, those are great. I think it is down to personal choice. But it just struck me as very peculiar to kind of take one theme and then turn it completely on its head just to try and make it feel different. And I think, I don't know, are you really going to appeal to the same players by doing that? Do you know what I mean? And that's just how I felt. I just kind of started losing interest where I'm at the moment. So I don't know whether to stick with it and really struggle to sort of find out what I'm supposed to do next and put all that work in to get onto the level that's supposed to be terrible and just see it through, or whether to just give up on it. But that's probably not a good sign. Well, that's probably not a good sign, though, if you're thinking that. If you're thinking that, I think they've made a mistake somewhere. And they probably should have made it a bit less ambiguous, at least. Yeah, and as Rax said, I was trying to climb a tree for about an hour and just couldn't get to the top of it.
Yeah, I did see that, and actually, because I actually haven't watched any of the Hat in Time streams. That kind of made me curious. I want to How did you mess that up so bad, Skit?
You don't understand. If you watch the stream, you'll see how hard that tree is. Honestly, you'll see how I'm rubbish at 3D platformers. I'll be honest. I like them, I'm just not very good at them. I'm bad at 3D
platformers as well.
This is challenging. I'm going to be honest. It is challenging. There's no way you could say it's easy. They've definitely given you some challenges there, and I don't have a problem with those, especially if they're optional. But the way the game just kind of left me completely on my own and said, "Ha, you're not done yet," but with no indication of what I was meant to be doing. I wandered around for like another hour after falling out of that tree so many times in that very stream, and by the end of it, I was kind of like, well, I've either got to spend some time now watching YouTube videos to find out what you're actually supposed to do. I've already Googled it and can't find the answer. Do you know what I mean? And then I just kind of thought, and I'm sort of losing enjoyment of the game anyway, because it's just changed its theme so dramatically on me to something I'm not really into. So I feel bad. I wanted 5 levels like level 1 and 2, and I would have been saying nothing but good stuff about this game. But I feel like it kind of lost its way halfway through.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't lose your way.
But anyway, that was a hat in time. Do you want us to talk more about the Miku VR thing, or do you want to move on from there?
Because
I'm intrigued.
What I will say, Rax and Raven mentioned Beat Saber. I had a little look at it, and yeah, that is literally, it's a VR rhythm game with lightsabers.
Yeah, but let's face it, it's Hatsune Miku. It's just the magical formula. I'm sorry, but it is. It's the music as well. I mean, those goddamn Miku songs, I've got them on iTunes because I love those songs so much. It's that music that's great as well. I can enjoy just watching the music videos and listening to the music because it's so catchy and great and fun. So unless Pete Saber's got Hatsune Miku songs, it doesn't have the same appeal, I'm afraid. I will check it out because I don't know what it is. But yeah, I do like rhythm games.
I do have a special place in my heart for the disappearance of Hatsune Miku. Simply because it's like, it's a song that there's no way, any human can actually sing that.
Well, apparently it's double wielding lightsabers with a great, in capitals, soundtrack. So I'll check it out. Beat Saber. What is that? Is that on Steam?
Yeah, it's on Steam. It's
Is it VR or is it non-VR?
Yeah, it is VR. Looks like it's only VR.
Yeah, I haven't got a Rift. Beat Saber's not showing up on Steam.
Yeah, it is. It is for me.
No, it's not. Not the way Rax has spelled it.
BEAT space Saber.
BER. Am I reading it wrong?
Did you spell beat wrong?
No, Rax spelled it RE, so that's how I spelled it, but it's spelled ER, so that's why I'm confused. I'm easily confused. So, hang on.
I mean, you kind of are.
Beat Saber. Well, you know how Steam can't tell what you mean unless you spell it right. Right, so this is Beat Saber. Beat Saber
is a unique VR rhythm game where your goal is to slice the beats, represented by small cubes, as they are coming at you. Each beat indicates which saber you need to use and also the direction you need to match. All the music is composed to perfectly fit the handmade levels.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Raxon's got a point. Raxon's got got an excuse for, spelling Beat Saber wrong. You've got no excuse.
No, I wasn't having a go or anything. I just tried to figure out why I couldn't find it. The thing is, the only thing with that is I can imagine that being very hard. Like, after a while, your arms probably feel like they're going to fall off. That seems very challenging. Whereas the good thing about a Miku game is you can just kind of go... You play that game for hours because it's just, button presses. But no, I'm into that. I would check that out. Problem is, the only VR I have at the moment is PSVR, so unless it's on that platform, I'm pretty stuck, unfortunately. But I think music in VR is the thing that interests me the most. I mean, Skyrim VR and stuff like that, couldn't care less. It makes me motion sick if I do too much moving around in VR anyway.
I will say, even if I was into VR at all, I've no interest in Skyrim VR. And I'm the person who has bought a 4th copy of Skyrim to play on the Switch.
Why?
I'm not proud of myself.
Why?
But
and
now
you're
I've straight up got 4 copies of.
And you're still playing Sakura Clicker, and you've got Sleepy playing it now.
I'm sorry.
You should be. You should be. Anyway,
if we're bragging on me and my terrible choice of games,
What else have you played?
Hatful Boyfriend.
Oh my god! Why would you do that?
Because, dude, Hatful Boyfriend was like what got me into visual novels and dating sims. You've no idea. The first time I played Hatful Boyfriend was with my very bestest friend, and we sat down and just did dumbass voices for, like 5 hours.
Bit like our streams then.
Yeah, except we made all these like elaborate backstories for the characters and all these in jokes, and yeah, so I actually kind of love Hatful Boyfriend. And then a while ago I found out, and I completely forgotten this, I had bought the Hatful Boyfriend holiday expansion.
What is this tactical boyfriend game?
Hatful Boyfriend. Date pigeons.
Did you say tactical boyfriend?
Oh, is it
that would have been far better than
that would be far better.
Game.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win this woman's love.
Hatful Boyfriend.
Amazing.
You date pigeons.
Hattical.
Hatful. Hatoful. Hatful.
What does that mean?
Okay, so Hatafu is the Japanese word for pigeon, right?
Pigeon
and,
boyfriend.
Yeah, no, it literally
is. I'm gonna have to show him, aren't I? I'm gonna have to get it on the stream. I was hoping to avoid giving this any attention, to be honest.
Come on, bring it up, bring it up, buddy.
Say the word pigeon and boy.
There's a million of these things as well. They've milked it. They have.
Well, but this is the thing. Okay, I'm gonna say right here. Spoilers. Do you have like a spoiler warning you can put on?
I do actually, but I haven't. Hang on, there you go. Okay, go on, go ahead.
Okay. The thing with Hatful Boyfriend is if you play the game and you play all of the paths and you just go through all of that, it takes this sudden, super abrupt twist. Like, it's all of a sudden, it turns into a murder mystery where you're solving the main character's murder. Like, the pigeons go to class one day, and there's a box on the desk, and when they open the box, it's the head of the character you were previously playing as, and it turns into a murder mystery.
And that's probably the only point when the game is decent. So what's the rest of the game like? I thought it was that. Are you a human or are you a pigeon?
You are indeed a human, and.
Are you male or female? I can't.
You're female. You're female.
You're a female human, and you're looking for a male pigeon.
Well, this is the thing, because at first, well, you see, this is the thing, right? Because at first it's like, oh, it's just a bit of a, it's a very cracky game where you're a human girl dating pigeons, but
you say yourself then.
Yes, I heard myself. This has been my reality for 6 years. Are you kidding me? You're not shaming me at this point.
Okay.
So do they talk to you in English and stuff?
Yeah, they talk to you in English. Apart from Oko-san. Oko-san still coos. Like, it's an actual thing. He will coo, and he is just straight up a pigeon.
Okay, so.
Can I get rid of the spoiler alert now, by the way? Are we done with spoilers?
Yeah.
Pigeon. So you're a woman and you talk to pigeons, but your boyfriend pigeon still talks in pigeon language.
No, only if you're dating Oko-san. Oko-san talks still in, coos and pigeon language. The rest of the pigeons don't talk like that. They talk. There's a high society. They don't talk
like pigeons. They can talk like humans.
Yeah, I mean, there's a high society French pigeon, there's a ghost pigeon.
Who taught them English?
there's a psychopathic. No, this is the thing, and we're dangerously
Imagine
close
that
to
first human to pigeon communication system going on.
No, you
No,
see,
there's a
it's
pigeon
actual,
Rosetta Stone somewhere, like so they
it's-
can understand pigeons, so they can then
It's
translate
actual-
pigeon language into English.
no,
And then you have to
seriously.
translate pigeon language to pigeon French,
No,
and then to
it is
pigeon French
actual-
English.
It is actual
You made a
Hatterful
joke
boyfriend
then,
law,
Jam. That
right?
was actually quite funny.
It is actual Hatterful boyfriend law that there's like some sort of avian flu, right? Which,
Hang on,
You
this
know,
is a spoiler
killed-
alert.
yes, it is. You know what? I don't care. It killed most of the humans.
It's fine. I just need to put
and
the thing on.
just made all the pigeons super intelligent. And so you are like one of
Right.
the only living humans because you're immune to the virus. And the reason you're going to this pigeon school is because you're like, an emissary. You're like there to build
So society
connections.
is just flipped on its head, but apart from like some ancient being like taken over, the pigeons have taken over.
There is literally a scene. First of all, it turns out that your character lives in a cave, right? Like, she doesn't live in a house, she lives in a cave. And she goes out for a run one day, and it goes through all the neighborhoods she runs by. And it's like, oh, look at this cafe. Oh, look at this street. Oh, look at this abandoned rubble city. And it's just like this like destroyed city. And then it just goes on to the next image like that never happened.
Yeah.
It is. I don't know. I love it. You got no idea.
Well, after the
It's
monstrosity we played together on stream,
I think I just had a fit.
I suppose it's better than that. I mean, we're going to have to get this out of the way, aren't we?
Are we? Do we really need to?
I think we need to talk about it.
What are we
It's
talking about?
on YouTube now, so we kind of have to
Oh,
address
God,
it, I
it's on
think.
YouTube now.
So,
Oh, Skittles,
okay,
don't you love how loads of YouTubers are now playing the game that we played?
which one? Are we
Yeah,
out?
the one with me and you played together. Yeah,
Are we out? Yeah. We got there first, though, yeah.
we did because we the
did.
best.
We
Whoop,
the best,
whoop.
boy. We the best. So we started this thing called Waifu Wednesday, in which the whole idea was, hell, we'll play games that are full of waifus, and then we'll sort of like pick our own waifu, and it'll be great. And I'm like, okay, Hell was like, oh, I really want to play this game, Nekoparra, and I've heard of it, but I didn't really know too much about it. And I was like, okay, you can choose the first game, and then I'll choose the second game. So
I would like it to be stated. I would like it to be on the record that I have banned myself.
I uninstalled
from
it and deleted every
choosing
trace
other
of it.
games.
This game, honestly, this game, given the fact that we were supposed to be choosing a waifu and it was full of, they were already underage to begin with, but they were cats, so they were humanoid cats, right? And then it went into how they were in cat years. They ended up being, what were they, 6 and 9 months old, Hell?
Yeah,
And we were supposed to be fawning over these characters.
I'm sorry.
It was the most ridiculous thing we have ever.
It got
I've
so
ever done.
uncomfortable.
It was so
It got
cringy.
so uncomfortable.
Oh, and the game's cringy, and it's just, oh my god. But I mean, we made the most of it. We had fun with it. We did silly voices. I have no intention of ever finding out where that game goes. I don't really want to. But we had fun. Completely failing at the first ever Waifu Wednesday, I suppose. But yeah, we probably look like a pair of paedophiles at the same time. Like, oh my god, what are we doing? It's on the title of the stream. And that was the worst thing. On the title of the stream, it's like, hey, Waifu Wednesday.
Waifu Wednesday.
We're playing this game about underage kitten cat humanoid girls. Like, oh my god, what have you done, Hell? What have you done? The police will be knocking at my door any minute.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, that happened.
So this is why I'm banned from choosing games for Waifu Wednesday.
So yeah, I'm picking for this Wednesday, and just to go on record, I have no clue.
And the foreseeable Wednesdays.
No, that's fine. I mean, I think it made a good stream. It made a good stream. It yeah. It was cringy and embarrassing, and oh my god, just everything that could possibly be wrong with it. But you know, I had fun failing. That's the thing. It was kind of funny. But I have a feeling you'll probably do a little bit more research next time. I would think it's your turn to choose. Same goes for you, Joe. Actually, for our next stream, I believe it's your turn to pick a game.
Yeah. I haven't decided on one yet because I've been unconscious.
If you want to forfeit your choice and leave it to me, that's also acceptable.
No, we're not doing that.
No, we're not doing that. Okay.
No, we'll play some Japanese thing.
Probably.
We're gonna play something like, interesting.
But you'll have us playing a game that everybody else in the world is streaming, and we'll get no views. That's the problem.
How about?
But yeah,
next time you just
shut your face.
Mystery.
Your face.
It's rude.
Wow.
It's a bit rude. It got very hostile all of a sudden. No, in human years there was 6 to 9 months. In cat years they were 18 to 19.
Don't try to make it better.
That's right. It's still terrible. Maybe 16 years. Terra Online, and you all have to play Ellen characters. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what Terra Online is.
Is that maybe this is the one that I was thinking of? Maybe this is the one I was confusing with Terraria. I think it might be. Hang on.
While you're looking into that, can I just say, on my wish list I've got Senra and Kagura.
Yeah,
which is
it is Senra and Kagura. Oh, I love the Senra and Kagura series.
And I've never played one, but I'm kind of like,
really?
I might actually. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah,
is this the one where they lose clothes the longer they fight?
Yeah, they've done a few different games. I've actually got them all.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. So they did a cooking one, which was called Bon Appetit.
Cooking Mama.
And they did a DLC for the cooking one, which opened up whole new stuff. They did a hack and slash called Estival something. Estival like Versus or something. They did one before that, but I've forgotten what it's called. And they've now done a Splatoon thing, which is like Peach Beach Splash, where you run around with water guns. That's a lot of fun. Every one of their games is actually really well done, though. Like the mechanics are good. They've got ridiculous amounts of waifu characters. That's all it is. It's just like, there's tons of them, and there's so many of them.
Waifu.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's what it's all about. But yeah, they're just so much fun. They're just really good, well-made, fun games, and yeah, they sell like crazy as well. So they must be doing something right. So which one are you getting? Is it Estival Versus?
Estival Versus is the one I've got. I've got on my wish list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you think I should be starting with something different.
Since
you're apparently the expert.
No, I think I would go with that one. The cooking one's the only one that's really different, because that's like a rhythm game. And the better you are at the rhythm game, the more clothes falls off the opponent. It's ridiculous. And the better your food tastes at the end. And then if you out cook the opponent, she just basically ends up naked, and then she's lying in a dish or something, and you get to totally perv on her and jiggle her boobies up and down and stuff. It's amazing. It's great. Okay. These are great games. And then the Estival Versus, like I say, it's like a hack and slash. Quite tough. Gets quite hard at one point. I would say the hack and slash before that did as well.
Oh my god. I've just been... Is Ellen... In Terra Online, is Ellen literally just like Moe cat girl, Moe animal girl race?
Probably.
That's what it looks like.
Probably.
It literally looks like that. That looks like its entire deal. I've never even heard of Terra Online until now.
Yeah, I think they were talking about it on a podcast I was watching a week or so ago. I think there's a lot of people going over to this right now. It's free to play as well, actually. Maybe even this one isn't the one I was thinking of. I can't remember. There's so many games, I just can't remember them all.
Raxon, you are not allowed to judge us anymore. I'm on to you, Raxon.
Yeah, so this is Terra.
Are you too sleepy?
What was I going to say?
Fill the dead air. Don't let the dead air.
Senran Kagura. Were you talking about Senran Kagura, weren't you? And which one you should start with? I think on Steam they probably only got the one, have they? Oh, have they?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been into
that was the one I was talking about. Shinobi Versus was the first hack and slash. Then Estival Versus was the sequel. There's Bon Appetit, which I'm surprised you can get on Steam. And there's Peach Splash. You can actually get all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, you can actually get all of them. They're all good. They're all genuinely good games. Honest to God, they're all really good. So,
with the bonus of it's about naked girls. Okay.
They're not naked. They're never naked.
I kind of trailed off because I was looking at the chat again, and I just read Rax and Raven. If I did it, Rax and Raven says I'm not playing Terror Online, and I would play a fat little cat.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah, I would.
Totally.
Well, okay.
Nag, gotta be honest, I'm not really the throwing party type. Like, the closest I get to throwing parties is, a nice barbecue.
Why are we all visiting Hell? Is she throwing a party?
You know what? I should invite you guys to barbecue. I should make you guys burgers.
There's the cat girl. There we are. Oh my god, that's terrifying. That's terrifying. Did you see that?
You don't get a sausage. You get a burger.
That cat girl was terrifying.
I'm not good at making hot dogs. I'm good at making burgers.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a little.
Burgers are good.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
I'm cool with burgers.
You should be.
Anything else you want to mention, Hells, or should I jump in with another one?
No, you go ahead and jump in with another one. Since we're kind of also filling in jams. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay, sick
don't
boy.
know any of these games you're talking about.
Well,
nor do I.
No, do you want to? Yeah. Well, I've basically played a lot more of what I was playing before. So I've been playing some more Far Cry 5. So Far Cry 5, I preferred 4. I feel like it's trying to do things differently, which I appreciate, which is great. But for me, they don't all work. They don't all work out. They're just, I don't know. I miss some of the kind of old things. So people used to complain about the radio towers, and they used to complain about, I don't know, the whole looting bodies and how long it took. And I don't know, some of the things that people were complaining about, I actually didn't mind. This one's trying to be a bit less, objective marker, follow the objective marker and, climb all the radio towers and be a bit more varied. But at the same time, again, it's losing a little bit of, I don't know. I'll give you an example. So when you pick a mission, you have to go into your start menu and then pick a mission, and you'll discover missions as you roam around the world. I have no problem with that. But then when I pick a mission, it doesn't tell me how to get to the mission unless I then go into the map and manually mark that I want a waypoint to where that mission is. And I'm like, well, why? And then it doesn't always work properly. And I'm like, well, why do you think that makes it less about follow the objective marker? Just do away the objective markers and let you find your own way there. Like, you still need to know where you're going. I don't know. I still don't think they've got it right. It's just like, it just frustrates me that I've got to go in and get a mission, and then I'll find that it's not marked on my map, and it's not giving me waypoints because I haven't selected it again. And then I select it again, and if something will come along and distract me, and then it resets that whole thing, and then I've got to go and pick the mission again, and I'm just like, my God, I'm just in and out of the menus now instead, and it's just frustrating because of that, and that breaks the immersion. There's also way too much going on. I think but that's every Far Cry game. You can't walk 3 meters or drive 10 meters without somebody attacking you, and it's for crying out loud. I know that you're worried. I know everybody complains about empty open worlds with nothing to do, but the way to fill an open world with interesting content isn't just to bombard you with enemies left, right, and center. Unless the only time that ever worked, I thought, was Sunset Overdrive, which was the whole point of that game, because it was about being in the air and like just going crazy and just like unleashing hell on everyone. And that game made sense for that, because it was like an apocalypse, and it was like every man for himself, and it was stuff like that. But given the storyline, which is okay, a religious cult is like spreading their religion across America, and like they're armed more than like America's nuke bloody, you know what I mean, like a nukes are today. And it's like, okay, how are they so heavily armed? Why are they so densely populated that I can't walk 10 meters without being assaulted by a gang of these guys? It's just like, it doesn't really make sense. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, just lay off, just dial it down a little bit and let me have a bit of exploration time myself. But I don't know, maybe it's just my personal complaint. But that's how I feel about Far Cry 5. What else was I playing?
What I will say is, because you talking about the open world and everything, and the fact that there's almost too much to do, goes back to what we were talking about, in regards to Nier Automata.
No, I don't think. No, just to correct. Sorry, I don't think there's too much to do. There's not enough to do. There's too much.
Right, there's too much of the same stuff.
Yeah, there's just too many enemies. Like, it's too densely populated with enemies. That's very different. Like, too much to do would be Witcher 3, where there's just like so many quests I don't even know where to start, and it just never ends. That's too much to do, I would say. But this isn't too much to do, because there's not all that many quests and stuff. But it's just that you can't. I mean, I stood still. I loaded my saved game once. And I was just like, I don't know, doing something online before I looked up at the controller. And literally within 4 seconds of being spawned and loading into the game, some gang came over to me, petrol bombed me, and destroyed me. And I was just literally just loading my save game. And I was like, hello? Like, have you just spawned me in the game? I haven't even picked up my controller yet. And now I'm dead and I'm looking at another loading screen. In fact, if you look at my stream, that was the start of one of my streams. I was literally just doing something, and then I literally got killed just as I picked my controller up, and I was like, what? I haven't even picked up the controller yet. And that's what I mean by it's just a little, just dial it down a bit.
That's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's stressful, and it's like, why do I feel like a rabbit in a I don't know, warehouse full of wolves?
A warehouse full of wolves? That's terrifying.
It is.
That's terrifying imagery there.
So is that soft toy on the left. What is that with the bug eyes?
Which one's your left? This one?
Yeah. No.
This one?
That one, yeah.
That's my turtle pile. That's my Deadpool. He's sitting on top of a dragon, but you can't actually see the dragon.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, you still can't see the dragon.
I also played some more Warframe with Sleepy's Time. Oh, and he's just mentioned in chat. And this is the first time I've played online with somebody, and it's a lot of fun, much more fun. Except when Sleepy decided to take me to the center of hell. He was like, you said this was easy, I'm going to show you how tough it gets. I was like, I didn't say it was easy. I just said this was... Because he was saying, oh, yeah. He was waiting for his to update before he could join me. And I had this wave of enemies to deal with, 5 waves of enemies, and then you can stay on and do more if you want. And I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. I can do this on my own without your help, kind of thing, you know what I mean? And he's like, oh, no, it gets quite tough. And I was saying, well, no, I'm handling myself. I'm doing okay. And that's literally all I said. And he was like, right, I'll show you. I will show you. So, yeah, we did a few missions together, and then he kind of went and dropped me in the center of hell, which was kind of terrifying because, yeah. Not quite as bad as Far Cry 5.
He's crackling in the chat.
Yeah, not quite as bad as Far Cry 5, but yeah, I think... But that's what I like about Warframe. Like, with Warframe, it's like if you want to go... I'd be fine with that if it was Far Cry 5. Why not do that? Why not have some areas in the map that are clearly... Because that's how it would be in real life. They're concentrated here. They're concentrated in this zone. They're concentrated where all, the cults hang out. And then the rest of the map, get this. You can be driving... I was driving in a truck in the middle of the night going 100 miles an hour, and there's a guy, a cult member, stood at the side of the road, and instantly he's like, there he is there, and I'm whizzing past, and they're like, there's droves of them after me. I'm like, there's no no way they could ever see me in the middle of the night with no lights on, driving that fast past them, and instantly recognize me straight away. And that's him there. Kill him. Fucking kill him. Kill him. I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Leave me alone. I'm just trying to go for a drive. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah. Okay, rant over. Yeah, but with Warframe, it's like at least.
Your engine was just really, really loud.
Sorry?
Maybe it was the fact that the engine was really, really loud.
Yeah, but they didn't know. How did they know it was me driving it? How did they know it was me behind the wheel?
Well, who else would be an idiot to drive all across all the fields?
I wasn't driving across the fields. HellsFiction, what the hell are you doing?
Oh,
I'm beginning to think it was a bad idea, this talk show. I don't know.
It's okay. There you go. Well, you don't like it?
I've got Jamster laying down on the job, just like going to sleep, and you turning into some kind of...
Apparently I'm a Disney nerd.
Sorry.
What part of this is... There's literally not a single Disney thing here. We've got turtles. How dare you!
What happened?
He sabotaged me. He knocked over my turtles. But no, seriously, what part of this is Disney? We've got turtles. We've got Pink Dragon. Got Deadpool, which actually isn't Disney, it's Fox. We've got llamas, and we've got Pokemon. Hold on. This is Disney.
Disney one.
It's become some kind of strange soft toy stream. I'm very uncomfortable right now.
And actually, I will say, yeah, I am a Disney freak.
And Jamster's metamorphosizing into a gaming chair. He's becoming a chair that nobody wants to sit on. Nobody wants to sit on that chair.
We're losing him.
Going to be losing viewers in a minute, I think. Okay.
Yeah, come back.
So anyway, Warframe, lots of fun if you jump in with someone else, more so than playing on your own. It's free to play, and I'm just kind of, I'm very impressed by that. And I think I definitely want to jump in with Sleepy's Time again real soon, so we'll do that.
Warframe? Like, is it still the same wave thing where you walk down like a bunch of levels, and then you attack like a room full of people, and then you move on through the next chamber and attack a room full of people?
There were three things that I experienced when I played. So there was the mission type where you had to defend like a sarcophagus, and there was waves of enemies. You had 5 waves that you had to do, and then once the 5 waves were completed, you could choose if you wanted to stay on or not. Then there was the ones that you're talking about where you literally got to get from point A to point B, like reach the objective and take out all the enemies. And then there was what Sleepy showed me, which is like you can just go wherever you want and like go to these different places and, wipe out enemies and such. So it's
more like Monster Hunter. Sorry.
Nothing like Monster Hunter World, really. No, not even close. I don't know why you would bring Monster Hunter World into it. Monster Hunter World, you pick a contract, you go out specifically to hunt one monster, you're there for like 40 minutes killing this one monster, and then you go back home and with your stuff for your armor.
Monster Hunter, like the maps themselves, like they're quite extensive, and you kind of like roam around and stuff, and attack different monsters.
I mean, not really. I don't know why any game any game with a level in it is basically what you're describing.
I will say I feel like you two will do like make any excuse to bring up Monster Hunter.
Well, I didn't bring it up this time. I'm kind of done with that game. It's great and all, I love it, but I think I got Monster Hunter fatigue, and I probably won't come back to it for a while. Halo Dudes are creating a new game. Oh, well, Microsoft might actually have an exclusive that doesn't suck. Has everybody heard about how much Sea of Thieves sucks and how much anger there is about that?
Yeah.
There's that big pirate one that they're coming out with. I don't know what
it's
called.
That's Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, Jam.
Oh, yeah. It is Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, so So basically, what they've
I
got.
don't like games. I'm not completely and utterly useless. Only a little tiny, weeny bit useless, you know.
So basically, how we get as a family? No,
no, not related at all.
No, not the three of us. But Sleepy in chat is Hell's brother, and I'm not sure if your sister's watching tonight, Jam, but sometimes your sister watches. But
Sleepy's the one who came down here and decided to sabotage my board soft toy pile that I was just steadily building up there.
And we thank him for it.
I'm putting effort there.
Yeah. So Sea of Thieves is basically like the what would you call it? The groundwork for like an online multiplayer game that can only have, I think, 12 people in the area at the time, so it's going to fail as a multiplayer game. It's got no content on it at the moment at all, barely, and it's sort of full price game. Unless you get the Game Pass.
They've limited how many people could be on a server, haven't they?
Yeah, I think it was 12 people.
Yeah,
which is weird. For a pirate game that you're supposed to sort of go around attacking other people or exploring with other people.
They didn't just do it because of performance-wise, did they? Or because they're still in development and they haven't been able to...
They're not in development anymore. They're released. They're in full release now. But that's what everybody's complaining about because it doesn't feel finished. It doesn't feel like there's enough in there, really.
There's no gameplay there. You
no
branded
game.
a ship for what?
Yeah, there's no game, basically. So, yeah, everybody's upset about that, and I don't blame them, so I'm glad I didn't spend money on that. I mean, it's somewhat sort of circumvented by the fact that you can now get Game Pass. Actually, this is an interesting topic I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about Game Pass versus PS Now. Yeah, Bruce Banner, sorry, I'm not ignoring you. If you want to mention what the Halo dudes are working on, we can look at that for you in a second. But yeah, Game Pass versus PS Now. So obviously Game Pass is Xbox's answer to PlayStation Now. So PlayStation Now is a streaming service where you get access to like over 100 games. You stream them down your internet and you pay them like £12 a month for the honour of doing so. And most of them are PlayStation 3 games, but you run them on your PS4, like I say, stream through the internet. So you don't need any hard drive space, you don't need to buy the games, you don't need to rent the games. You pay your one-off monthly fee, and you can play any of those games as many times as you want, and you get the trophies for them as well. I'd heard from reading into it that it can have a bit of lag and a little bit of latency, and that's the worst thing in the world when it comes to video games. Why would anybody want that? That sounds horrendous. So I've avoided it like the plague. So then Microsoft actually decided they were going to do their version of this, which was Game Pass, which is you pay a subscription, you have access to hundreds of games, and you can download them and you own those games whilst you're a member. So you don't have to worry about low bandwidth, latency, or any of those things, and you can play them as many times as you want. That sounded really, really good. And then they announced recently, just before Sea of Thieves came out, that they were also going to make every single one of their future exclusives available as part of Game Pass. So you're not just getting all the old kind of Xbox 360 games and some of the sort of, you know, smaller indie games. You're going to get their full AAA, like your next Halos and, you know, I don't know, what else do Xbox have? Forza, whatever. All their exclusives as well as part of Game Pass. And it's, I think, half the price of what PlayStation Now is charging. So I was genuinely excited by that, and I don't really like Xbox, and I was almost about to dive in on that, but I rarely switch my Xbox on. But I was sat there the other day, and PlayStation Now has been coming up on my screen saying, try me for 7 days for free. You know, no obligations, just try me. And the library's getting a little bigger all the time. And I was having a look at the library.
Subscription.
Sorry?
Then you forget to cancel the subscription.
Well, it's not a bad deal anyway. 12 quid's about what you would pay for one of those games, and bearing in mind there's over 100. So I sat and I bought. You remember when I bought Chrysler Sigma the other day, and I talked to you guys about it? That hack and slash in a circle. That was brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, the one you couldn't get enough of.
Yeah, loved that game. I paid about 12 quid for that. And as I bought it, it said, did you know that if you go on PlayStation Now, you can play this game for free as part of your subscription? And I thought about it then, and I was like, And I thought about the latency and the lag, and it could be terrible. And I went no, and I just bought it. I thought, no, it's fine. I'm just going to buy it. It's worth the money. If it's as good as it looks, I'm buying it, and I don't regret buying it. But this time around, I thought, let's just try this PlayStation now. It's time to dive in and give it a try. And I got to say, I'm very, very impressed. There was no lag, no latency. I actually had downloads going on in the background on my internet. So I was using half of my bandwidth just to download a bunch of stuff. And I genuinely didn't think it would let me stream games whilst that was going on. And I was half prepared just to quit those downloads to do the PlayStation Now. But I thought, well, fuck it. We'll try it and see how it goes. It was fine. It was absolutely fine. It was like, yep, I'm ready. What game do you want to play? Click it. Okay, preparing. Just wait. Boom, straight on. No latency, no lag. Better than playing it on the original PS3 because the graphics seem a little bit better and a little bit crisper. And it seems to load quicker than it would on a PS3. And, no disc clicking away in the background. You don't have to reconnect your old PS3 up with HDMI leads and everything. And there's loads of games there, and there's some decent sounding ones as well. There's some crap ones as well, but there's some decent ones. So I can't really vouch for Game Pass because I haven't looked at the games. Well, I did look at the games, but it was a long time ago. But I will say the PS Now, I would definitely recommend it. I would say it's worth the money until it's worth the money until you probably played all the games after a few months, and then you probably end your subscription and wait until they get some more games on there. But yeah, I think it's worth the asking price. And it definitely, I can vouch for it, how reliable it is. It runs absolutely perfectly. And it's exciting to think that, these games are being ran on a server somewhere on some other computer, and the content's being streamed to you, because that's kind of where the future is going to be heading, I think, for games. Rather than make more and more expensive consoles with more and more expensive graphics in them, what they're thinking of doing and what they're investing heavily in right now, and I think PlayStation have invested very heavily in this, is looking into games that run on a server that stream the content to you, and then you can have a box as weak as an Amazon Fire or whatever the hell they you do video streaming on, to play unbelievable video games that have graphics cards, on the machines streaming them that you could never afford in a million years. And I like the sound of that.
Do that for a Windows computer thing where you can then hire an equivalent computer with Windows 10 at 1080 Ti that would literally cost you $2,000, and yet you're paying an equivalent of £120 a year or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To do the same thing. But then every year you can play them at the highest graphics with no latency. Why would you not do that? That's really competitive.
Mm. The only potential problem I see, there's two potential problems, is if that's where video games ultimately end up, then when your internet goes down, you can't even play any video games. That's going to suck.
Yeah.
And the other problem is it depends on how the business models are run. If they wanted to kind of rip you off, and they wanted to start charging you to play, by the hour or something, or each time you stream it you pay, or something weird like that. I don't know. It depends how the business model was set up, but they could easily sort of, rip people off that way. But if you think about it, most of us spend, 60 quid, whatever it is now, 50 quid on a AAA game that we play once, and then we probably don't play it again after that. So it doesn't really make sense to own it forever, and maybe it makes more sense to have it in a library that you can stream it from, or you just pay every time you want to play it. I don't know. I don't know how the business model would work, but I think there's definitely the future of gaming makes more sense to head in that direction.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And then instead of spending, 500, 600 quid on your next games console, maybe you spend, 30, 40 quid a month for this streaming service. And I don't know. I started thinking...
It basically makes that... So for me, for example, I'm a PC guy, and I don't own a PS4 or an Xbox. But there are a lot of Xbox or PS4 games that in the past I've wanted to play but never been able to. So whereas now, I will now be able to have access to play those one-off games, or those 2 or 3 games that I've always wanted to play, like some of the racing ones, like some of the Dirt series and a few of the others that are really, really good, but just don't work. They just don't have them on Windows. So at least that would give me the way of being able to play the games that I want to play, and yet would still be able to, I don't have to buy an entire console, which is the whole point. Why would you pay 300 quid to pay like normally £60 or £70 more for the AAA games because they're generally more expensive on console anyway. But if you're only having to pay £12 a month to play the games you want to play, then you play it once. You pay it once, then play the games you want to play. Then you wait a few months until more games come out that you want to play, and then you just pay again. And that you spent 25 quid instead of spending 400 on a console and then another 120 on 2 AAA games.
And I think more games,
save like 300 quid.
Yeah, more games would get played more as well. Like they'd reach bigger audiences that way. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's the business model would obviously need to be changed quite a lot as well. So it'd be interesting to see how they could pull that off. But yeah,
I'd be surprised though, because I think the developers would lose a lot of money over it though.
It depends how, like I say again, it depends how the business model is set up in a way. Depends how that's set up.
Because if you're paying £12 a month and every other person paying £12 a month for every single game, how are those indie developers that are paying these really small games going to get paid? Are they going to get like a couple p of your 7%? But then how does that distinguish from the really expensive?
It depends.
Games?
I don't think I don't think the future business model will be set up the way PlayStation Now is. Just something else to add as well. What you were saying, I think PS Now is available on many devices as well. You don't just need a PlayStation to play it. So you were just talking there about playing PlayStation games on your PC. I think you can do that through PS Now because, like I said, it streams the game to you. So I'm pretty sure you can do that on PC. Which is interesting. So that's exciting. No, but what you're saying about like the future of streaming, I don't think it would be quite the way PS Now is set up. And I wondered how that worked, but I suppose if I was PlayStation, I'd probably say, okay, 30% of the revenue every month we'll give back to developers. We'll take a look at how much time someone's using our service for, and whatever percentage they spend playing each game, we'll give that percentage of the 30% as revenue to the developers. And then that way it's fair, and you know what I mean? The amount of time you play in a game, the developers are getting paid, like, you know, fairly for. But what would also be good for the developers then is people would be playing the games that otherwise wouldn't go out and buy it and pay all that money for it, and they're still getting some revenue for it, which is quite interesting. I think a lot of players would do that. Because there's no harm in trying something if it's a one-off subscription fee. You know, there's nothing to stop you clicking on every single game and trying them all, because it costs you the same as a subscriber as it would to play, you know, one game. So it makes sense to try them all. So I don't know. I think that's interesting. But yeah, I think the future streaming, it'd probably work similar to how it does now, I would think, where you pay for your AAA game. So maybe you pay 50 quid for your AAA game, but you don't download it anymore. You just stream to it. And it's in your library to stream back to whenever you want. That way the developers are still getting paid for the huge amount that it costs to make games. And you don't have to worry about hard drive space or having the latest graphics card in your console or whatever. Yeah. But you do have to worry about having a decent internet connection. It's the only downside.
Yeah, because it's like every 4 years you probably want to upgrade your graphics card, to be honest. Probably every 4 years. And if every 4 years you're spending £600 minimum, then what's the calculation?
Yeah, it ends up being quite costly, doesn't it? Yeah.
Is it like £12? Did you say it's £12 a month?
Yeah, that's. I mean, this is for the rudimentary, PS Now. This is obviously the very first generation of a game streaming service. Nobody else has done it.
So let's say £15 a month.
So it's only really playing PS3 games at the moment.
Times that by 4. So that would be £720 for 4 years, and that would be
that includes all your games
price as a graphics card, basically. But then that's you basically having no games for 4 years.
Yeah, but bearing in mind, like I said, these aren't the latest AAA games that you're getting. You're getting older PS3 games and some indie games as well.
No, I was taking into account if you pay £15 a month for a version that would have all those AAA games.
Yeah, like you said, I don't think developers would ever agree to that though. It would need to be a much higher price tag for a start. Otherwise, they'd lose too much money, and they wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't cover the cost of production.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so that was streaming games. Sorry.
Very quickly, because Banner mentioned while you guys were talking about that, I kind of zoned out a little bit because that's more consoles and I'm more exclusively Switch and PC.
Yeah.
While you guys were talking about that, I was having a little look into the Scavengers game that Banner mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so what I'll say, first of all, I mean, I'm not really much into shooters. I've never really been great at shooters, but the whole thing is, I mean, first of all, what I'll say, from the concept art we've been given, it looks really pretty. Like,
trying to find it. This is an upcoming title, isn't it? So it's probably not on
yeah.
Steam. Yeah.
So
okay.
it's by, hold on, Midwinter Entertainment.
Yeah.
And that's a new studio led by the guy who used to head 343 Industries.
Graphics look
pretty. And so the whole thing is like, it's based off of, the Halo 5, one of the Halo 5 modes. Sorry, scrolling back up to find exactly which mode. The Halo 5 Warzone mode. So yeah, so it's supposed to be all based off of that sort of thing. But from what I can see, and Banner can actually, correct me if I'm wrong on this. It's encouraging you to, work with other people and, find weapons rather than just go out with the weapons. And, just find weapons and find AI-controlled enemies. And so actually, it does look, even though I'm not into shooters, it does actually look really interesting. It's got that, cooperation aspect of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the graphics are pretty, but this could be out. This might not be rendered in game, of course. This could be. Actually, some of this is concept art by the looks of it. Yeah, that's all concept art, I think. But yeah, I don't really know much about it, but yeah, sounds interesting. I mean, the thing is, I was really amped for Sea of Thieves. It sounded like a great idea, and then look how that turned out. So I don't know. We live in a time where. I don't know. I think it's worth. Yeah, I think it's worth waiting a little bit to see how games, turn out before sort of spending that rather large asking price. To be fair, to make sure that you're getting something that's worth your money. But I'm excited for Detroit Become Human. I'm trying to think when that comes out. I think it's got a while yet, actually. That would be Quantic Dream's latest game.
Detroit Become Human?
Yeah, so the guys who brought you Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, yeah.
Yeah, you did mention this to me.
Yeah, Detroit Become Human. Here we go. I think it's PlayStation exclusive. Yeah, Quantic Dreams are a second-party studio, which means they actually develop exclusively for Sony. But they're not actually part of Sony. Why have I still got a spoiler alert on? What the hell? When did that come on? I have no idea.
It's been there the whole time.
Has it really? Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so basically you're an android, or you play two androids, I believe, in the future where, androids have become parts of people's houses and everyday life and, that whole science fiction futuristic thing. But I think there's an element of, the android with humanity and, all that kind of stuff. And the moral choices, they're always like rife with these, moral choices that you've got to make. I think that one of the trailers was that little girl, I think, gets kidnapped and you've got to choose and try and save her, and there's loads of different outcomes depending on your choice and if you react quickly enough and things like that. But I mean, the graphics look gorgeous, and I love their sort of narrative driven games, even though you might not have a great deal of agency in them. I just think they're like interactive movies, so I really enjoy playing them. I think they're always nice to play. And I'm amped for this one. I like the theme and the story sounds interesting. Characters look interesting. So, yeah, I'm pretty amped for it.
It's everything I'm seeing in the images. Is Jennifer Lawrence the face actor for this?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Possibly, because what do they call her? Oh, I always forget her name. Oh my god, Beyond Two Souls.
Wait,
Ellen something?
Ellen
Page?
What?
Ellen Page.
Ellen Page was
Ellen Page was Beyond Two Souls. Yeah.
Not Beyond Two Souls. You know what I mean. No, yeah, Beyond Two Souls. She was Beyond Two Souls, Ellen Page. But having a little look at this, it looks like Jennifer Lawrence is the stolen face this time round.
Yeah, so I think it looks quite interesting. I'm definitely amped for it. I've enjoyed every one of their games. I mean, I say I enjoy every one of their games. I wasn't a massive fan of the Ellen Page one because I'm not a big fan of her, I think, and it just felt a little all over the place. It felt like they had different teams working on different parts of the story, and then they were like, okay, let's try and piece these together so they kind of follow on, but they didn't really make sense. So yeah. We'll see how this one turns out, I guess. But yeah, I have to admit, as much as I don't really like pre-ordering because I don't know how games are going to turn out, this might be one that I end up pre-ordering, as much as I hate to admit that. But yeah, we'll see. See how that one goes. Anybody amped for anything else?
Oh, I'll tell you what there is coming out. Well, I say coming out. I'll tell you what there is on Kickstarter. And, this is hats off to Karen from Finance for letting me know about this. Have either of you played Deadly Premonition?
No.
Yes, very briefly. I never finished it, but I did play it. Yeah.
So, Deadly Premonition was I can't remember the guy's name. Pulling up the actual tab I've got on this.
That was like a horror game, wasn't it? A very old horror game.
Yeah, it was like horror game, murder mystery, Twin Peaks sort of thing. But it was, it was done by by Swery, who is kind of nuts. For the life of me, I can't remember his actual name. Well, obviously Swery is just his nickname.
Guy.
Just Guy. But, and it's, so he's like created a new company, White House.
Okay.
And they've so a while ago they had this game on Kickstarter, The Good Life, and it raised like 750 quid, but it didn't reach their full goal.
Right.
And so they went away, they reworked they reworked the style of it, they reworked a lot of what they were going to make the game about, and they put it back on Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
And looking through it is typically just sweary nut job. It's called The Good Life, and actually I sent you the link about it.
Yeah, I'm playing it now, actually. Yeah.
So what it basically is you play Naomi, who is a journalist from New York, who moves to a little sleepy town in England to get away from her crippling debt.
Right.
And the game introduces itself and puts itself forward as a debt simulator / murder mystery.
Right.
And so that's already just that that hint of sweary, which is kind of comes with every single one of his games. But the other thing is, it turns out when it's a full moon in this town, they all turn into cats or dogs.
Obviously, what else would you expect?
And it's, I don't know, man. I really hope it hits its goal in kickstarting, because not only the art style is really interesting, and I want to see. I want another game from Swearing, man. It's been so long.
I would totally be a dog, by the way. I don't know about you guys.
I'd be dog. Yeah, and
Jam?
so...
The dog's creepy. I would be I don't know, a human being.
Are you okay, Jamster? You look like you're about to, I don't know,
Die.
burst into flames. I was being
Honestly,
curious
I'm not
about
feeling great.
spontaneous human combustion, if it was real or not. I think you're about to prove it, ultimately.
Oh my word, my eyes want to die.
Your eyes look like they're popping out of your head. I don't know what's going on. Have you got a headache or something? Do you need to take a break?
I do have a headache, yeah.
Do you want to go and take yourself some painkillers or something? Do you want to excuse yourself for a
Do you want
minute?
to have some self-care?
At 11 o'clock, at 12 o'clock, I get to have more, more drugs. So that's good.
Look after yourself,
I
buddy.
don't want to know about drug dealers visiting your house at midnight. It sounds dodgy as hell.
Drug dealers? I'm talking about, what's
Hold
that
on,
stuff called the doctors give you?
Did you say 11 o'clock? You realise it's quarter to 12?
I said 12 o'clock.
Sure
He did say 12 o'clock.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
What am I looking at? Not paracetamol, but the fancier version.
Ibuprofen? Ibuprofen.
Codeine?
The word for it.
Codeine?
Ibuprofen.
No, not that.
It's not.
Not ibuprofen?
Not paracetamol, but antibiotics. There we go, that's the word.
Oh.
Antibiotics aren't painkillers.
I didn't say they were painkillers.
Well, you said they were like paracetamol, which would make them painkillers, I would have thought. But anyway.
What does it do then?
Antibiotics?
His doctor didn't explain this to me. He just told me to take it every 8 hours.
I'm not a doctor. I don't know exactly, but they fight things like thingy. What do they call it?
Fight things. What sort of weapons do they use?
fight. They help your immune systems and
Jesus
shit. I don't know.
Christ.
Wow, I want to use some
What?
weapons.
Is this
Can I talk about
seriously
space news and then go to sleep?
You want to talk what? Sorry.
Oh, I found it. Oh my word, I found it. I found it.
Your eyes
Yes,
look super spooky right now, by the way.
My eyes, yeah, I know, right?
Let me talk about something right now.
You okay, buddy? What did you find there, Jam?
Yeah. Oh, I'm playing Minecraft, so I found one of those little sand temple things. Quite excited.
Wow.
Anyway,
I feel
space
like
news. Can you bring my space helmet on my face, please?
Oh, you're doing it. I didn't think you'd be doing it.
Oh, we're doing Space Jam?
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of research.
Okay.
Space Jam.
Wave goodbye to our viewers.
Into Space Jam.
Excuse me. I believe Sleepy banned you from singing.
He's not my boss.
Excuse
If
me.
I remember correctly.
Nobody
Boss me.
specifically stated that she was being banned.
It,
Can I give you a
it
thing?
was suggested, and I wasn't against it. Let's just put it that way. I'm just messing. It's fine. You're all good. Where's your space helmet gone? I can't find it. Oh, I'm in the wrong
You've
panel.
locked his
I'm in
space
the... No, it's
helmet?
fine. I had the wrong panel. Okay, then. Do you want to let her rip?
Yeah, I only have
This is what a sick astronaut looks like when he's dying of space rabies.
Okay.
Dying of space.
Two generally quite quick things. The Mars Insight lander, which is a lander that's going to launch in about a month's time, has completed final preparation, and they've attached the plaque onto the actual lander itself. Now, why is this important for a Mars lander that's going to land on Mars launch in about a month's time? Well, because it's got my amazing first and last name written on it. So, about 6 months ago, there was a petition put up on NASA's website that said that anybody who wanted to could input their first, middle, and last name onto a list of names, and then the names would get added to this plaque that would go on the actual lander itself. So my name was a part of 1 in 100,000 names that are laser engraved onto the side of the lander, onto this little plaque that literally just got onto the rocket now.
Sorry.
Question.
Something about his name on a space thing.
Yeah.
how many of these names were just people, like doing poopy butt lord, stuff like that?
Probably quite a few.
You're probably gonna.
They're so tiny on the actual, on this little plaque. Probably people won't notice.
I think you're gonna be next to poopy butt lord. I think.
Probably, but I'm not sure how big the actual plaque is in relation to like real life. But I know that 100,000 names, which were first 100,000 people were given it, and everybody was given like a proper certificate that stated that their name was written on the actual lander itself.
So where's your certificate then?
I had an email of it like 6 months ago or something, but they literally just added the news on the website now. That
how much did you pay for this?
Nothing. It's free.
Huh? Oh, okay. Fair
it was
enough.
free.
That's
yeah,
right.
you just happened to go on the website at one point, and it said petitions now online for. Yeah, it literally went up for it was like a day and a half or 2 days, and then they got 100,000 names and people from and have it on the lander. So yeah, that's quite cool. That's gonna be launching in about a month's time. We're doing all sorts of sciencey experiments and stuffs on the moon. No, not on the moon, on Mars.
I'm just gonna have your name in space.
The rocket that was gonna come through the atmosphere a few weeks ago, that came back and nobody died, which is good. It just came through the atmosphere and landed into the water. So a little bit off my projection. It was like
a little bit of your projection of everyone being dead.
Yeah, basically, or it landing in someone's backyard, but because of the way the orbits worked, there was no real way of knowing where it was going to land. But thankfully, it just landed out in the Indian Ocean when nobody was hurt.
Good news. Good news. Always good
the
when no one
last
gets
thing
hurt.
is the European Space Agency have just accepted a mission, or the payment for a mission called Remove Debris Satellite. You obviously can't understand what it can do, obviously, because it's quite. Can you guess what it is?
I'm pretty sure we can figure out what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Remove Debris, and basically, it's a little spacecraft they're going to be sending into orbit to get rid of all these little bits of spacecraft junk that have been built up over time that could end up destroying spacecraft that are too small to actually pick up and track. So they'll have a team of satellites, probably about 100 in all, that will be going around the Earth over time, picking up.
I don't think team's the right word, is it, for a satellite? Because it's not a living thing.
Constellation, sorry.
So what you're telling me is that all sci-fi movies have lied to me, and if you let go of something in space, it doesn't automatically just go flying off in a random direction.
Off into infinity.
It just stays where it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like bits lost during shuttle missions or dropped off the International Space Station. Like if a guy just drops something and it just starts floating away, what do you think happens to it? Well, it's not really tracked because it's too small to be tracked. But if a hammer went through your window and you're on the way to Mars, that's going to be quite deadly. So there's these little team spacecraft which are building giant nets that will be catching these
giant nets.
Objects over a year.
That's their super sci-fi way of
it's like Futurama.
Space.
It's like Futurama.
So it's still in the development at the moment, but it's going to be a net that's about 50 meters in diameter.
Oh, a net's helping. Oh, I'm glad a net's helping.
I'm not sure what it's going to be made of yet, but it's just going to pick up these little bits of debris to help clean up the space.
I'm with Skittle. It's about time that net gets some recognition.
Yeah.
She's been working her ass off.
Yeah. Sorry, I was banned from making puns. I was not sleeps.
Yeah. So that'd be cool.
Apparently, the Japanese were planning on recycling this stuff years ago, according to Rags.
Anyway, that's space news over. Oh wait, no, you forgot to do the space intro.
The space intro is literally just me.
Space.
Exactly. Like it's literally just me yelling Space Jam over and over again.
Oh, Space Jam.
And clumsily strumming at a guitar I can't actually play.
Maybe, but it was still fun.
I think we genuinely would lose everyone watching if I did that.
Maybe.
Isn't that what happened the last time you did that, actually, thinking about it?
I still uphold that it was Jam. Jam chased him off.
Yeah, probably.
Nothing to do with me.
But yeah, that's my space news.
So...
I go sleep.
Not just yet. Right.
Hold in for a few minutes, Jam.
Right. Okay. Upcoming releases. We've got Extinction comes out tomorrow on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Not sure what that is. Oh, what is that? I kind of recognize the sleeve. Don't know what it is. Battle 150-foot tall ogres in combat game from Iron Galaxy coming to PC and consoles. So that's a thing. Masters of Anima comes out on Nintendo Switch, PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Yay, one that I can play.
Yeah.
One for the Switch.
Sure what that is. German press release. Oh, Rax, can you help us with the German press release? Why have I only got a German press release? Strange.
I will say I've
hang on, see, here we go. Sorry, go on.
I'm just saying that I bought Bayonetta 1 and 2 for the Switch.
Yeah, not cool.
So that's what I'm going to be playing next week.
Die Krell allen Lebens. This is my best attempt at German, by the way. Sei schlupfen.
You can't do this. You're gonna change like your second for your viewer.
Otto. I sound Japanese. Otto-san.
Like you're seriously gonna Jackson is literally your second most loyal viewer behind my own little brother.
I know. That's why I'm trying.
You can't do this.
That's why I'm trying to speak German to,
Deutsch.
Anoraks. That's like an anorak, but not quite as good. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I can't help with the puns, okay? I'm sorry. I was born this way. Yeah, we've got, anyway, what else have we got? Rick and Morty Virtual Rickality comes out on the 10th of April, which is, of course, the PlayStation VR Rick and Morty game. Did you not know about that?
That's been out for ages, hasn't it?
Apparently it comes out...
I swear that's been out for ages.
Tomorrow. Ich lieb dich. That's disgusting. I don't know what that means. It sounds disgusting.
Unless it was only out for the Oculus before, and now it's out for...
Yeah, it hits 10th of April for PlayStation VR, according to this. And there's a collector's edition, apparently, so that's a thing. YS Origin comes out on Xbox One. It's been out on every other platform for ages, so they're finally getting it. Don't care about any of that. Galgun 2, 13th of April. There's a
Galgun 2, yes!
No, there's been a Galgun 2 for ages. Hang on a minute. Or was that called Double Piece? Was that Galgun 2 or is that Double Piece?
I swear.
I don't know whether that's... Because I've got the original Galgun, which was just called Galgun on PS3.
I'm pretty sure Galgun is more up to date than you think it is.
And then
Galgun isn't that old.
I think Galgun Double Piece. Hang on a minute. I need to grab the box for it to find out which one it is. Give me 1 second.
I'm trying to stop myself from yawning.
Yeah, so this one, the one that came out on PC was Galgun Double Piece. That's that one there. So it probably isn't Galgun 2. So this is probably a third. Really, it's Galgun 3, because there was one before this that a lot of people don't know about. And I actually have the import, but it's all in Japanese, and I have no idea what they're saying. And it was hard. It was a lot harder than this one as well. So this is Galgun 2 comes out on the, what was it? 13th, which is on my calendar.
Not that long away. Like 4 days ago. Wait.
It's Friday. Comes out on Friday. Okay, so that's going to hurt my wallet because I'll probably need to buy that one, really. Maybe, I wonder if that hits the Nintendo Switch. I was thinking for Waifu Wednesday, maybe Galgun 2 would be brilliant, but it would mean we both need to have it, and you haven't got a PS4. You could... I don't know. We'll talk about this later.
I've got a PS4, but Sleepy's bogarting her. I'm saying I've got a PS4, but Sleepy's bogarting it.
Yeah. We got anything else? I think that's pretty much... These are like coming up in the weeks, obviously the following weeks and stuff.
There's
apparently South Park. Yeah, I was going to say South Park comes out on Nintendo Switch as well.
That's been out for ages, so that's got to be it coming out on a different system.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch it is. It's coming to.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nintendo are getting they're getting brave, aren't they? These days in their old age.
Not today. Yes.
So I think we are pretty much coming to an end, but if anybody in chat wants to bring anything up that they want us to talk about, now would be the time, I guess. Jamster looks like he's about to pass out.
Yeah, I think for Jams,
Hell looks like she's about to go on a date with a llama, a rainbow llama.
Alpaca,
same
Rainbow
difference.
alpaca.
Rainbow alpaca.
Oh wait, what are those sweets called that are like multicolored and are like squishy and stuff?
Jelly babies?
No, they look just like
Gummy bears?
No, they look just like that. But they're different colours. They're like
You're
pink,
hallucinating.
yellow.
Fairy dust?
I think you've been hallucinating.
Probably.
I
don't know what they're called. They're like chewy. A little bit chewy.
You're saying they're coloured, chewy sweets. I mean,
yeah, that's
there's
literally
billions
anything.
of them.
The only thing I can think of with this sort of colour scheme is fairy dust. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. Because fairy dust is literally just sherbet.
There's apparently space alpaca in Starbound, and they're Scottish.
Like those marshmallow things. Thank you, Karen. Those marshmallow things. It's like marshmallow, but they're like they've got layers. They have a pink layer, a yellow layer.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Karen,
I thought you meant they were shaped like an alpaca. For crying
No.
out loud.
Well, I didn't
know
say that,
you
did
mean
I?
flumps.
What did I say to you?
You mean
I
like
said
You mean
they're
flumps.
the
colour.
twisted ones?
You're talking about flumps. Yeah,
Okay.
they're called flumps.
Flumps?
Yeah,
there you
look.
go. Flumps.
If you'd have
Thank you,
said,
you know.
I mean, oh my lord, all you had to
Carrot
say
from
was
finance, thank
marshmallow. There, flump. Hang
Karen,
on.
don't encourage him.
Flumps. You're talking about these.
You're a flump.
You not these. These were
face of
these were
flump.
cartoon. These were a kids' TV show when I was a lad. When I was very young.
When you were a lad.
Yeah.
When I was a
And
then
young
we've got
warthog.
Donald Flump. That's a good
Donald
name for him,
Flump?
actually. Yeah, there you go. That's what you're talking about. I really want one now. Thank you for that, Jam. Now
What,
I'm
you
going
want a
to.
Donald Flump?
Now I'm going to go to bed disappointed that I can't eat marshmallow treats.
I love it. People are
I'm
like,
gonna be honest, I never liked them.
it's a flump.
Really?
Yeah. I liked sucky candies. I like lollipops and stuff.
Like
I
boiled?
never liked chewy stuff.
Like hard boiled?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you slipping up your camera? I don't know what's going on tonight. It's very odd.
By slipping up the camera.
Yeah, it's your window though, not the actual camera. It's my window on my end, and I have no idea why it's moving around on its own. It's not meant to. Oh, hang on. Now it's just moved
I shall
again.
be free.
You know what I think it is? I think it's this stupid pop-up.
It's my free spirit.
No, it is. It's that stupid pop-up that keeps coming up telling me, you have authorized an app to take control of your street. Like, go away. You're ruining everything, goddamn pop-ups. Just like the internet. Just like the old internet.
I don't mean to ruin everything.
Not you. You're not an
I
internet
know.
pop-up, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Are you?
I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe if somebody, like, accidentally, this stream came up on their internet while they were actually looking for flumps, then you technically probably would be classed as a pop-up.
I am pop-up.
Okay.
You are pop-ups.
What sort of pop-up do you think you'd be? If you were like an annoying pop-up ad, what do you think you would be and why?
What?
Probably.
A what?
If you were an annoying pop-up ad, what do you think you would be and why?
Right, okay. I didn't understand what you were saying.
I don't know. I'd probably be one of those ones where it's like one of those virus ones.
Yeah, I
They
think
pop up
that
and
would
they're
be me. Like, click
and they're
here
like-
to submit your bank details. I promise I'm really NatWest. Yeah,
or
I'd
the one
probably be
that,
that guy.
that like pops up and says, "Oh, you've been visiting such and such," and then it like freaks you out, and you're like, "Ah!"
No, you'd be a
And then you haven't
space
actually been doing
pop-up.
it.
You know you would. You'd be like a space MMO
Yeah, but
pop-up.
who-
Play for
I've never seen a
free!
space
Kill
pop-up
aliens! Launch rockets! Kerbal 56!
Are you making fun
Find
of
out
me?
why America
Absolutely.
loves this game.
Better not be making fun of me, mate. If you're making fun of me, you're gonna have help.
Absolutely, I am. You better believe it. What about you then, Hell? You posed the question. You have to answer.
I'd be a BuzzFeed article.
Why?
Really?
I don't know.
They do pop up everywhere, though, don't they?
Yeah, I'd be, like something like, something about a cute animal, like these
bunnies.
These otters caught, these otters had to share a fish. You'll never guess what happened next. That's the sort of thing I'd be.
And then they make you click on it, or you. Have you ever had that where you have a YouTube video?
What's that? Sorry.
And it doesn't. And it tells you that you need to click on it, but you don't want to click on it. And then it comes up in your recommended videos to watch on the right-hand side, and you don't click on it. And you don't click on it, and you don't click on it, and then after like months, after like weeks of looking at it, you're like, oh my word, I need to click on it, and you end up clicking on it. Just because it's recommended, and you're like, oh my word, I need to click on it.
No, because if I see a recommended video that it's something I'd be interested in it, the first time I see it, I'm guaranteed to click on it, because if I don't,
but if you don't want, if you don't even like, if you don't know if you'll like it, like for like a video, for example, I don't know, like a fail video or something, like where people are failing, and you've had enough fail videos for the day, and you're like, I don't really want to watch this fail video, but
all of a sudden it's
if you keep seeing that same fail video in your recommended videos, you're gonna watch it. You are gonna watch it.
By that point, I just don't watch it out of spite.
But I can't do that. Like, you see the fact that it's in your recommended, and you see it there every day, and you're like, I'm not gonna click on it. I'm not gonna click on it, but it still shows up.
You realize you can remove it from your recommended.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah.
It would just disappear on its own anyway, eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got past 12 o'clock. I need to take my tablet.
Okay.
I don't want to see any drug use on the stream, thank you.
Sorry.
Even beneficial drug use. Even
beneficial drug use.
Even if you were to partake in some wacky backy.
God, can you imagine him on wacky backy?
That was wacky backy. Is that
He's wacky enough without the backy.
Marijuana, Jam.
YouTube that you're not interested. Right. Oh, I see. But don't you guys have that though? Like, it's in your recommended videos. You just don't want to click on it, but it's just Google just knows you so well, and that video is so like you, but you just don't click on it because you just don't want to click on it, and then you just click on it and you watch it, and you're just happy.
I really can't say I can relate to that at all. No, I think you're on your own there, to be honest, Jam. But
I thought it was just me. Apparently, it is just me.
It probably is. Yeah.
Oh.
That's all about right.
Yeah. But thanks for sharing. Now we know how to manipulate you now. Basically, we just have to keep asking you over and over again.
So when you say I want to be an annoying pop-up ad for James, just be a recommended video that I don't want to watch at the moment. That will just drive me crazy.
So what I want to see you do more than anything in the world, because you are terrible with horror, is I want to do a horror stream with you and see your reactions and stream your live reactions.
Hey?
Yeah. Because
oh my word, I'd be the worst.
I know.
Do you remember
that's
when we
why
did
it would be so funny.
That VR clown thing. Oh my word, I freaked the hell out.
I want to watch you do something like Outlast, or we do some co-op horror thing.
Slender Man, oh my word!
You would absolutely
I would
brook
just stab myself, so I didn't play it.
You really would.
Now you know what I want to do. I want to take him to see something like The Quiet Place, like a horror film. That's an actual horror film in the cinema. I want to get him to watch a horror film.
I don't
think I've seen that one.
Horror films are the worst. Why would you want to watch a film that
they're the best.
Brings yourself physical and mental pain.
The thing about horror films is even bad horror films are good because I don't know, you can still
films are just funny.
Yeah, exactly. They're just great
masterpieces.
What was that called? The Quiet Place.
The Quiet Place.
Let me see if I've.
It's supposed to be
Emily
really
Blunt.
good.
I recognise that name.
Oh, there's that film that I keep watching the adverts for because they look really interesting.
I don't.
Yeah, The Quiet Place.
The one where the little kid tells you that you need to shut up, and if
What?
you don't shut up, something bad happens. Door opens. I can't
That sounds about right.
What are you talking about?
Poo yourself every
Kid.
time.
I don't know if I've seen
Oh my word!
this.
If we all meet back on Monday and we all watch a horror stream, or if we all watch a horror film while we're on the stream, if we could get away with that.
No, you can only do it if it's public domain. And there are a few public domain films, but there's not too many horror films.
Oh my
Like
word,
Night of
that
the
would
Living
be
Dead is. You can do Night of the Living
so
Dead.
bad.
But yeah, horror games see, films don't bother me. There isn't a single horror film that can really, affect me. But the games, oh god, yeah, admittedly. But I still kind of can't help myself but buy them and still play them, and then I'll be like, oh, why am I doing this to myself? So yeah.
Wells,
I guess that's
Wells.
sounds like that might
Yeah,
wrap it
I
up
think-
then. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to let Jam go have his medication
Yeah.
die. And
Needs
suck
to,
cocaine.
before he starts coughing up blood again.
Yeah, that's always not good.
and
Blech, blech, blech.
Hells needs to practice guitar playing.
blech.
Right, well, thank you very much for watching, everybody in chat. Thank you very
you're
much. We'll
welcome.
see you soon.
Oh,
Thank you guys for joining me,
We won.
especially even though I know you haven't been feeling 100%. But
That's okay. It was good fun. Sam's
Yeah.
been really
Anything
sad
for
because
you,
I told him I
Skittle.
played Age of Empires and then I haven't even talked to him.
Right. Well, yeah, so I hope you guys will join us same time next week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you real
Same
soon.
bat time, same bat place.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.